You ever have moments where you just like, I don't know, you think about like Oklahoma just in general, why there's a lot of athletes that ever come out of there that are actually pretty good. I was born and raised here, and I think most of the biggest thing is I think that I always come back here. It's because that, the way of living is like whenever you pass by somebody always tells you like, excuse me, they tip their hat to you. They acknowledge that you're a human being. Where you go on the West Coast, people are fake as shit. I mean, like, I've worked in the entertainment industry, most of my life, and I realized that, they'll promise you everything under the world. That's why contracts are made, because people got so... They'd say one thing, they meant another. In Oklahoma, you don't really get that. You get a lot of people that, whenever you shake hands, a lot of good business deals are born, but, I mean, it's nothing against anybody else. I just know that, I'm in Norman right now, and I realize that why guys like Troy Aikman had a very successful career. And there wasn't a whole lot of excess chaos that like followed him. Same with Adrian Peterson, Sam Bradford, guys like that. Those are just football players to name a little bit. You got a guy like Johnny Hendricks that's actually going up against George St. Pierre for a title shot. You got guys that are just like farming these leagues from like wrestling and different things though. And why I go to Las Vegas, I don't mean to talk down about anybody's program, but it's funny. I went to the mall with my sister the other day, and I had a guy. I was talking to him about the basketball. I was like, wrestlers always had a hard time getting along with basketball players. So this guy was always like, I saw him at the mall. I said, man, you guys like jumped on the bandwagon. I said, they don't really make any like real basketball players here. And he was like, yeah, true that. And I was like, all right, man. I said, kind of the same for football players a lot. I said, because none of those guys really ever come here. But I can pretty much tell you that, wrestlers are born and bred in Oklahoma. They're farmed here. And there's not very many colleges that actually even offer a scholarship for wrestling. Maybe that's why, like, the Kansas and the Missouri programs are so good, because they get all the guys that are, like, second, third, fourth, places of our high school. They get the cream of the crop. I mean, you got solid programs like Oklahoma State, OU, UCO. I haven't followed Bacon. I didn't go there. A lot of good programs. I know Archie Randall started Oklahoma City University. But that's it. Guys like Iowa, man, they got like schools all over. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love their programs. Respect the hell out of them. I said, they're second. They're second best. But it's crazy because like the whole history that follows Oklahoma, this place used to be very like, it's all Native American. And I got to thinking the other day, I was like, most of the people that live here have some kind of Indian blood, even if they're blonde hair and blue-eyed. Everybody's got an Indian card here. But, the whole history that follows Oklahoma, it used to be called Indian Territory because on the Trail of Tears, if you ever follow history, the white people tried to kill out natives. And they took them on the Trail of Tears. There's, some of them that left down in Florida, though. And they left them there. But, the ones that didn't die out because they put, like, all kinds of, like, diseases in the blankets, they tried to kill them out. The people they didn't kill out, they left in Oklahoma because if you ever do your research on Oklahoma, all of the lakes are man-made because they had dust bowls back in the day. All of the water here it's crazy. It was considered horrible. It was considered ill, but they left them here to die. But it's crazy because I get to thinking if I put the old school with the new school, I think people keep telling me, I just flew in from Vegas, people keep telling me like, man, it was great, it was like 85 degrees the other day. Now it's like 30 degrees. And I'm out here running in this. But the meteorology here is so like just up and down, left and right. And it's so crazy because if Indians could live through this shit way back in the day, what do you think? The weather hasn't changed at all. I mean, it's still up, down, left and right. I mean, I grew up here. And if the weather, it's supposed to be unfarmable here, but yet you can farm here. If it's supposed to be so bad and they dumped Indians here to die and they didn't die, what the hell do you think that does? What's it do for the athletes? It gives them ungodly weather to live through. But I can tell you this, you put a person through hell and they're willing to train through hell, what's going to come out? A nice shiny diamond. Diamonds were created because of pressure. Same thing for a person. You're going to figure out if a person's a scumbag or not. You put a little bit of pressure on them. It's easy. Whenever things are really going good, things are really going easy, sure, it's great to be a good guy, but when stuff is really bad, you got to dig from the gut, baby. And all I can tell you is this. These are programs like Oklahoma State, OU, UCO. Man, those are strong programs that have been around for years and years. And they'll continue to. That's why I go to big cities. I don't really get too impressed with too many things, though, because I'm like, yeah, you guys had way too many things. Like, you know, you can go out to San Diego or like the ocean or wherever. You know, nothing against them. I got a lot of friends out there, but you guys got too many distractions. You guys got the water. You want to go skateboarding, and you want to do this, and you want to do that, and it's like you got your finger in every different little, you know, cookie jar that you don't really spend one time on one different thing, though. Man, that's all I had. I had wrestling. That was it. You know. Thanksgiving, run around the block because I had a tournament that weekend. Different things like that. So it's really neat, though. Man, I know that before I hop my plane back to Vegas, I'm gonna, you know, a lot of people like kind of like my girl or her mom or something like that. Whenever we visited Hawaii, they grabbed like sand. Me, I think I want to like grab a bag of red dirt, though. Keeps you in touch with your roots. I love it, though, man. It's good running around here. Good, rich tradition. Like stuff that you're proud of your kids, man. Stuff that you're proud of. Good old Oklahoma. That's some good food. It's not a bad place to be. Boomer Sooner, baby.